Muktananda Ashram in Ganeshpuri, India, it was always something going on that you weren't expecting. My usual routine was to get up at 2:30 in the morning and do an early morning meditation before anyone else is moving around, and then go back, and everybody had to go to the 4:30 in the morning chanting meditation session. And I would just walk with my daughter, who was 5 years old. So one morning, I'm walking by, and we're going by a certain area, and she starts crying. I don't know, what's the problem? I couldn't tell. So as soon as we get past a certain area, she calmed down. Well, this went on for 3 days in a row. It's like, I don't know what's going on. She didn't know what was going on. So we went and actually spoke to Muktananda and Swami Muktanandaand and said, this is what's going on. And he said, well, there's a demon in the field next to you where you're walking, and that's what's going on. And then he said, and you are going to have to go out on the field and chase the demon away. Banish the demon. Now, please understand, I don't know anything about demons and spirits like that. It's like, right, I'm supposed to go out in this field and deal with this demon. And what do I know about it? So I didn't say it quite that way. He said, look, this is what you do. And he gave me certain mantras and certain kind of energetics to have in mind. And then he said, go, do it. Because obviously I was a little hesitant. But it was my daughter, and she's 5 years old. She shouldn't have to deal with demons. So that afternoon, the hottest part of the day, I'm dressed in all white, doing my certain prayers and mantras. I went out into the field where the demon was and did the ceremony and banished him. Or it, but really him. It was like, and I survived. And the next day, my daughter, Heather, wasn't crying. And the next day she wasn't crying. Clearly, it worked. Now, everything has a seed. And the seed of that work that I did in that experience prepared me with the courage, that's one of the big things, and really abilities to help people with these kinds of issues. And since that time, which was in the late 1970s, I found myself in the position of doing things like banishing demons. And it's like, okay, if that's your dharma, that's your dharma. It's one of my dharmas. And do it. And take care of yourself. Don't complain. Keep the name of God in front of you at all times. And be very humble. Because this whole thing makes you very humble. Things happen. It's like, the next thing you know, your spiritual teacher's saying, do it. And that's how it worked for me. Is that in different ways, my spiritual teacher was assigning me to be projects that would keep me aligned with the will of God unfolding for me. And all I had to do was do it. That's the key. For me, in my life, is to be willing to do it when I know it is what has to happen.